The SFO said that after a 2-year inquiry, it had found insufficient evidence to secure a conviction and ceded jurisdiction in the matter to the American authorities.
Cede, which is spelled C-E-D-E, means to give up something, particularly power or territory, and usually under some type of negotiation or threat, because people don't generally give up these things voluntarily. There's other words that are related to this, such as concede, which means to give in an argument, recede, which would typically be with a lake or some level of water where the level goes down, or a hairline where the hair goes back, so that means to recede. There's also succeed, which is almost the opposite of that. It means to move forward and to gain power over new areas that maybe you didn't have before. Usually cede is not used in everyday conversation where you say, I ceded to the other person in the argument. In this case, you would say, I conceded. You wouldn't say, I ceded. Ceded is usually used in high-level negotiations between governments and between large corporations, where one group will give up something of some substance, such as a part of a country, or some power that they had where they agree that they don't have the power anymore. So to cede means to give up something of substance to some other group or some other country, or to give control of something.
The SFO said that after a 2-year inquiry, it had found insufficient evidence to secure a conviction and ceded jurisdiction in the matter to the American authorities.
So in this context, somebody ceded jurisdiction in this matter to the American authorities, which means that they gave up their jurisdiction over this and they handed over the jurisdiction to the American authorities. Back in 1848, the U.S. got into a war with Mexico over Texas, the independence of Texas, and the U.S. won the war, and as a result, Mexico ceded the southwestern part of the United States, including California, Nevada, New Mexico, and Arizona. Back in the olden days, when countries went to war and one country lost, oftentimes as part of the peace treaty, they would have to cede territories to the winning country. Typically, dictators are very unwilling to cede their power, and so oftentimes they either die old or they meet early deaths rather than give up their power. One exception to this is Idi Amin, who agreed to go into exile, which he did. So he survived ceding power. Other dictators are still holding power, such as Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe. ESL-fullsteamahead.com